that E vowel. I think you have got it somewhere there. That was an interesting picture.
Nasally.
Nasal. It's a good one.
Tanpura thick string.
Tanpura.
It was thick string Tanpura with jewelry.
Which jewelry? And the tabla? With force. Four strokes. I thought we had one. Dha, dhin. This is vowel E.
These are power spectra.
Power spectrum.
It is frequency versus amplitude.
Yeah.
And here the amplitude is maximum intense.
Maximum, yes.
And here the amplitude is minimum.
Yes, it's very obvious from the graph. Yes. This is also an interesting one.
You can get the sinus format here. It is.
But it is not very steady.
It is not very steady.
Yes. The other one was much steadier. Other one was much steadier. Where is the other one? We had a very good picture of this sinus format, didn't we? Earlier. Would you say we find more nasality amongst women than men?
Yeah.
It's strange though. But if I remember correctly, when we were young, I should use the word professional women in those times. They always had this. I wouldn't say they had this problem because they wanted to sing. Perhaps that was the fashion of the day. I mean, courtesans of yesteryear. That's the word one should use. Do you have those graphs of an octave? Sa re ga ma pa za ni sa. Do you have them? Because that should be of some interest. Do you have a good one?
All this graph we show. It actually starts from here.
Yeah.
It is graph number 2. And this is note number 1, 2, 3,
4, 5. Then later. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Then it actually goes.
I think for the first time in India, a serious attempt is being made to use science to help musicians. I mean, it sounds absurd, but it is true. This department is doing research work on to how to help musicians. Not only the musicians, the gurus and the students. Now, I mean, it sounds absurd, how can a scientific department help the musicians? But we can. We started this department about 8 or 10 years back, and with this very objective. What we did first of all the musicians, all the trainees, when they start music, they have to practice the octave. Sa re ga ma pa dha ni sa, sa ni dha pa ma ga re sa. Right. Then with the vowels. Then E, O, etc., etc. So we recorded both the gurus and the students, and you would be very amused to know that the students, when they started actually the akar right in the beginning, but they ended up not with it would become a elliptical. Then with e, the last note wouldn't be e, it would be a something. So the vowels would get distorted at the top. And also, it was very interesting for us to find out that when they sang the octave, the sa re ga ma pa dha ni, the saptak as we say, many of them we found they were off tune.
How did you find?
Because through our graphs, we made graphs of a perfectly tuneful guru, and you could show that graph to others also, and there were many defaulters. And I think that put them away from the scientific department. They didn't want to be told that they were not in tune. But this is only a very minor thing. Whether we can make a major breakthrough as to how to, there are many possibilities. For instance, nasality. Science can help them. Then the pitch. Science surely can help them. Then deciding the quality of the voice on which the acoustics of the voice is being studied. They are doing analysis work. So that can be certainly improved. About any major breakthrough, one can't promise, but one can try, which we are. About instruments, we have done quite a lot to discover the utility of the jawari in the tanpura. You know that small string they have, thread. Then on tabla also, Ramana did, Dr. Ramana did marvelous work. We also tried to do something to make the analysis of the sounds that are produced. And they have shown definite results. So something very concrete, it will take time. But I think when the breakthrough does come, it will help both the gurus and the students. Also, it is quite possible, we have not worked on it very seriously, but we are thinking of the possibilities as to how to shorten the period of training. That is a definite objective in our research work. Because so that guru doesn't have to go through time and again with the same pattern. Whether we can record that particular pattern and help the student in memorizing that. Sa re ga ma, re ga re ma, sa re ga ma, ga ma, ma. This and many patterns. So the guru has to go through it time and again. So there will be umpteen number of patterns which could be graphed, possibly, but these are all possibilities. There's nothing certainty. Because things also vary from guru to guru. There are bad gurus, good gurus, adequate gurus, non-adequate gurus, serious gurus. Also the same about students. Ranjan, Nityananda, we can help them by saying what are you specially looking for when you are analyzing, say, a note. Just now I sang. Would you kindly record me again?
Yeah, it's recording.
Achha. I would like you to point out where the waveform is.
Waveform is there, waveform display is given.
This.
That powered cursor means cursor is here. At that point, power is shown.
Yes. And what do
we can also measure the pitch by measuring that.
Yeah. They would be interested to know what actually you are doing. What.
Pitch is 200 hertz.
The pitch.
Yeah.
Display unit.
This is displayed here.
Yeah.
Also, we can measure some of the strongest frequency components that I am shifting the cursor, this green cursor.
Yes.
That is nearly 760 hertz. So this is the waveform. I can scroll it. Scrolling.
Adjust the time.
What is what and the
amplitude is very small. There is a matter. Actually. Small amplitude, so that's why the line is narrow.
The amplitude is also shown.
Amplitude,
Yes.
the sound should be a little bit louder. I can adjust the push gain. You can re-record. Less. So this waveform is coming out very narrow. Otherwise the waveform will come with broad line.
Oh, it will, is it? Okay, yeah, let's try that. Yeah, it will look. Expand a bit, then it will be good.
Yeah.
But you also have to explain the different characteristics of this particular thing.
I'm telling.
Yeah. The amplitude, the frequency, the pitch.
Yeah, this is a little bit expanded waveform. I can scroll it again. Actually, we can see that that some say particular type of pattern. This is being repeated. So this repetition means a sustained vowel. A vowel sound generally comes in this type of periodic waveform. It's called. So this is the meaning. That means you can see the waveform. That means some sort of picture of the sound. Different type of display can be shown. That we have shown earlier. That for another.
Each vowel, the waveform would be different naturally.
Of course.
Show the combination.
Yeah, this is powered cursor. Cursor we can set. This is the red cursor. We can change that. Depending on this is changing. So this is the pitch display at that point of time, and the waveform corresponding waveform at that point is being shown here. From this also harmonic spectra. This is very fair harmonically related thing. That's okay.
Okay. Investment decisions we are taking. Because the picture I could get from so far is that 11.5 is fairly large. Right. And so the final thing is, immovable property also is solidly ensconced in 11.5 and also in 11.2a, 11.1 and capital gains are the removable property. So it's not
Also,
so.
our current income, you can go for
Budget
property.
It's not
Yeah.
as big a problem as we are looking this 15 lakhs for some years now. If they invested that today, we probably had over 60 lakhs.
Right, because you see, unless we are very clear about the right of our investments and consequent to that, what tax implications will be. These are the two critical issues. If you are clear, then within that parameter you decide what is. Decision is not very difficult because you have a number of alternatives.
Investment.
Sure.
Each alternative gives you clearance from these two angles and gives maximum return. Definitely you will
So I
decide.
think the whole reason why we framed all these questions is for us to become clearer on what we can do. And in the event that immovable property is, the channel is not close to us, unless of course the settle for plus 14, 30, plus your entire, suppose you presume 25% due to UTI.
Because that one we don't know. What's the deal?
अच्छा उन्होंने करो 25% जो दिए
minimum it is
This
40
thing
lakh.
on the higher side.
This is 40 lakh.
Next year you definitely going to have over
70 lakh.
70
So 70.
lakhs. And your expenditure can at any rate cannot.
बस आ रहा है
Yeah.